Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, Greg and James beat 'em up. That's right. It's the show where this guy, James, and this guy,
Greg,
beat 'em up video games.
Sorry, James. It's quite humid today, and I'm just trying to get my hair under control.
It is. And my hair is also, my hair is much shorter than yours. So it stays under control in that sense. But
humid and fucking windy.
Not exactly sure. Yeah, it's very windy today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on up here with my hair, but I'll survive. Okay. So, how are you, Greg? How's it going?
I'm good, James.
Good.
It's the middle of my week, so I'm happy to be over halfway done. The students are back in force, and so it has been very busy at my place of employment. But yeah.
Yeah, same.
Good. How about you?
Well, yes. My place of employment was much busier today. We actually met the students for orientation. There were hundreds of them. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm excited for this year. I think it's going to be a good one. We'll see. You know, those could turn to be famous last words.
Yeah.
Right now, it feels like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had a detour from our ongoing project of playing all the old beat 'em ups.
Yes.
Because a new beat 'em up came out. So for 4 weeks we've been playing Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, and it was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
I would say you gotta have someone to play it with.
Oh yeah.
But I would say if you like beat 'em ups and you have at least one person to play with you, you know what? Not at least. It's only a 2-player game.
Yeah.
You
have
one person, not a third.
Mm-mm.
Then you can.
That's
you
awkward.
should. I would recommend the purchase. I would definitely say it's worth it. But yeah, it was pretty good. But we had our winning run, and so there wasn't that much more to mine for content. And also, I'm not entirely confident about the replay value of the game at present, although I'm optimistic.
Well, I could see wanting to do it enough times to unlock all the characters and do a run with some of the characters that you like. But
I just kind of felt like...
after that, I think it would kind of fall through.
Yeah, because they have the difficulty sliders a la like a Bastion or a Hades, a Supergiant game, that allow you to customize the experience by way of increasing the difficulty as opposed to just saying, give me hard mode.
Yeah.
But I didn't really feel like the options that we had... They're all the kind of obvious ones. Enemies have more health. Enemies are more aggressive. Continues cost more. Players have less health. Mm-hmm. Just none of them are that exciting that I'm like, oh yeah, that would totally...
change the game,
that would reinvigorate the thing. But I hope if they add anything to it.
I hope they add
anything is just a hook to come back. I would be happy to play it again. So that's my final word on that.
It's a very modular game too. My final word is it's a very modular game too. So a DLC I think could be really good. You just add a couple more boss characters, a couple more levels, and that's all you need really.
Yeah, Dead Cells has done that, and Dead Cells was a much bigger and more complete game, even when it released. But just you update Dead Cells and you just make it so like, okay, well now if you're taking this route, but then you do this as well, you get into this extra route. Yeah. And it's easy to see how you could do that in the structure of Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. Yeah, so here we are, and when we left off and went to the future, we happen to have been playing Super Double Dragon. Yeah. The 4th Double Dragon game. Well, unless we get into, there are other Game Boy games.
Sure,
Does it count if the arcade and the home one is different? Does the little Tiger handheld I had of Double Dragon, the Rosetta Stone, count? If you set all of that aside, this is the 4th game in the series.
Sure, yeah.
The first game for the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And it was pretty cool. We played it a tiny bit before we left to the future. Now we got to go back to the past. And so we're going to find out how good is it? Yeah. Really? I don't know.
We played a little bit of it, but we didn't get that far.
Yeah, we're starting over.
We're starting over.
I know we threw down a save state because we were in the middle of a run when we stopped, but that's not what we're doing here.
No.
So
I do not remember the controls. I do not remember the, I'm sure, rich and deep plot.
Well, what I do remember for sure is that there was... I remember reading on Wikipedia specifically that the director of the game was disappointed they didn't have time in production to have any plot in the game at all. Which, even the first Double Dragon on NES, which was a very compromised game, still did some new stuff.
Are we, our controllers in?
I think...
I'm not doing... I can't get anything to do.
Oh, you can't get anything to happen either?
There you go. What, you hit start?
Yeah, start. It's A, right?
It's gotta be A.
Yeah, alright. Game mode A.
I'll hit you first thing. Alright. Oh yeah, we're just in.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta jump.
Oh man, I've been
kick.
playing both. Oh yeah, wrist control. Okay.
So we got a block.
So B is block, Y is punch, A is kick, X is...
Oh right.
Jump kick. And then there's holding the shoulder button starts to charge your meter. And then there are different moves while the meter's less than half charged, more than half charged, and full. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
I've been playing a lot of both Double Dragon 2 and Renegade or Niketsuko wa Kunio-kan. So I am really struggling here to not want all my kicks to go behind me.
Whee! It's a really dancey high kick he's got there. Okay. There we go.
I'm not sure that we have running.
Whoa, I didn't realize. Oh, I'm dead. That bomb had a lot of juice in it.
Your respawn point is wherever I'm standing.
Oh, neat.
So, you gotta watch out. Because I stepped out of the way of some guys that were gonna hit me, and then you respawned immediately into getting hit. Oof.
A boomerang. No joke.
No, that's a sharp boomerang. So, I'm not aware of any way to acquire this game properly.
Yeah.
In the year 2023, but if anybody knows, let me know, because I don't have a big moral thing against piracy or emulation broadly, but I do personally have enough money, and at that point it's just like, okay, it's silly to be taking games through emulation when you could purchase them and they're available to you.
Yeah, fully hyped up.
Oh man, Billy likes to really fight with a very specific grip the bow staff against your body with your elbow, and then strike with your hips style.
I love the Judas effect that I've got going on here. Oh!
You mean the spinning back fist?
Yep.
Yeah, a little Eddie Kingston action.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, except what I just did, getting hit by a dude. Is this generic enemy a palette swap with Billy? That's weird.
He is, yeah!
That's a real product of not having had enough time in production.
Do I keep my stick? I do not. Okay, elevator.
And the elevator just really wants you to think that you can... Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, it is already broken. I was going to say, the elevator really wants you to think that you can just break the thing. Oof. Well, I've been beaten.
Did you spawn where I am?
No, I didn't. So perhaps I misinterpreted that. Or perhaps it's just Billy is the spawn point.
Yeah.
And so when Billy dies, he spawns where he was. I think it's kind of dumb. It doesn't appear to be falling off of this elevator.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I would have fallen off just now and lost a life. But I'm not sure it's great.
2 of these guys.
So, like, I suppose it's technically not even a classic Double Dragon move. It's a classic Kunio-kun move. And I should save this complaint for the, for every Kunio-kun game where you can't do it. Like, I don't think it's in River City Ransom, for example. But I always feel like there's something missing when you can't sit on the chest of a downed opponent and just wallop him in the face until he's taken out.
Yeah. There's not a lot to this.
Like, there's a pretty good moveset.
Yeah, like, I'm happy with this.
And like, the fighting is fine.
Yeah, like ooh.
And from what I remember, we did get to a second level, and it did have, like, a new set of enemies, or at least some new enemies. So the game has more to show us than just these same dudes we're fighting over and over.
I do like the death noise, though.
Yeah.
Blur.
Yeah, but, like, it's weird that we can't run. Or if we can run, we haven't figured it out.
Yeah, you can just punch. Good punch kick. This guy's not dead because he didn't blood.
Like, and all grappling, I think, is through blocking. Oof. Yeah, man. When I was playing,
I got something there.
Nice.
I was doing knee strikes. I don't know how I did that though. Corner this guy and beat the shit out of him. Is he a mini boss? I think he's kind of like a boss.
Yeah, I mean he's dressed very distinctly.
But I think it's coming back to me. I think he just becomes a regular enemy in the next section.
Well, that's Double Dragon tradition.
Yes.
Got him. Yeah, you can tell whenever the belch of death comes.
Yeah. That mission
Yeah,
too.
there's not even like you've won the level music.
Nope.
This is just like they told their supervisor, their project supervisor, that they had a vertical slice, and he was like, "Great,
Ooh.
that's gold. We're putting that on market." We don't need the bells and whistles, like being able to tell the difference between when you finished the level and when you went to a new room. Great music.
Good
Made very good use of the Super Nintendo sound chip. I think the biggest mistake, and like people might disagree with me on this, because there are certainly some good. It's not like there aren't good songs that rely heavily on the. Yeah, these kind of sound like electric guitars. In the and to do like a screaming, wailing rock song.
Yeah.
But I think the smart thing to do with the Super NES sound chip is not to go guitar heavy; it's to go bass heavy.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good bass. Probably one reason why Earthbound is such a beloved game, when so much of its combat music is just like a jazz drummer and a bassist just doing a walking bass line while you do a fight. So far, this level has not introduced anyone new, but I think that accords with my memory. I think that, because when it suddenly started being like, here's some new stuff, we were like, oh wow, so this game does have more to show us. And then we ran out of time. And we're off. Oh yeah, I don't know how I got that guy into that hold.
You threw him into me though, and I'm a dead man.
Oh jeez, I did not think that friendly fire would extend 2 throws.
Oh no, I'm in again.
Used to able to continue. Did you see like a list of how many credits we had?
It said 5.
Okay, so that's almost certainly a shared pool.
No! There we go.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong bar. I was like, oh no, Greg's almost dead again.
No, that's you.
No, I mean, I was looking at the wrong bar in the sense of looking at your charge bar as opposed to your health bar.
Oh, I think that's dynamite. You want to get out of the... There you go.
Sure is. Oh man, this guy.
Oh, we locked up with each other there for a second.
Oh, because we can lock up and do a cool spinning kick together.
Oh, hold on.
I remember vaguely. I don't know how, but that sounds right to me. Yeah, no vertical movement while jumping, so you can't hop the guardrail. Like
These guys can.
Yeah, but that's like their special move, I guess. Nice.
Got him blurred. Nice. So can we lock up? Hold on. Oh, shit.
There's absolutely something we can do.
You're gonna get exploded.
No, because I was down. Bombs don't hurt if you're down. There's some way. Oh, is it if we both have our... I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. That seems very plausible since
we've played so many.
We've played so many beat-em-ups. And yet, not many beat-em-ups are as good as Double Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the lockup is actually pretty simple. It's just when you've hit them enough that they start wobbling, then you just walk into them.
Yep. It is a choice to have
great.
that be the death noise.
It's a death noise. There's also the higher pitched. Ah!
Oh, I should be doing elbows more. Yeah, there we go. I think that noise is when one of us kills them. When it goes, yeah, that's us going, oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you're pumped up.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
You get like a rage face, yeah. Yeah. See,
And then what?
He's a regular enemy now.
I don't even remember what is the special move.
There's no special moves, you're just stronger and faster.
Oh, right. Special moves are all while charging the bar. I think this game has a better looking Billy than Double Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah. But
Double Dragon Gaiden has a significantly better Jimmy. Okay. Very cool that when they throw the bomb, you kick it out of the air. Unfortunate that I discovered that while doing a jump kick. Fortunately, I didn't get blown up, but it could have easily gone that way.
Oh, shoot. No! Ah, you really hit me with the combo there.
Okay, there it is. I was like, where's the Susan Setsugen? Which I also realized is me remembering what that move is called when Ryuin can do it. And not anything that it has necessarily ever been called in Double Dragon. Because I got on sale, by the way, if anyone's on Switch and you like fighting games, but not enough that you've already bought the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, it's on significant sale right now. Hey! British! I did take them out completely via friendly fire, Not because I didn't punch him. I just forgot, or it didn't occur to me that the throwing would factor into the friendly fire. So I threw a dude at him and I did take him in. So yes.
How did we switch to? Oh right, because I've done a restart already, so that's why I have 2 lives.
Yeah.
You on your last leg though, like Jesus.
Yeah, but I'm holding on. But yeah, so I picked up the Street Fighter collection, which is cool because I think I played a tiny bit of a Street Fighter Alpha game once.
This is a huge fucking plane. This is like an Airbus.
Yeah, there's a lot of plane here.
Dang.
Okay.
Credits 4.
Well, we're down to 3 now. And I'm fighting quite poorly at the moment. Anyway, as I've mentioned quite a few times, I think, on this show, I'm not really any good at fighting games. So, and there are extremely hard limits to how much better you can get at a fighting game by fighting just in arcade mode against the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, I feel like I might be getting okay.
At Street Fighter?
Specifically at Street Fighter 3, the new generation, which is not a well-loved game, I don't think, among the Street Fighter intelligentsia. And I understand why. For instance, of the playable fighters, there is Ryu and Ken, and I don't think any other character from the original series.
Oh, shoot.
Or from, not the original series, from the second game, and its many iterations.
Sure.
And the Alpha series, actually. I don't think there's any overlap there. It's Street Fighter 3, the new generation. They weren't kidding. They went all in on new characters. And I think some of these new characters are pretty cool.
Yeah?
Or they're not new anymore.
The decade's old.
I have no idea which of them. I can't remember, if Elena was in... I haven't even played Street Fighter 5, let alone 6. Oh, Big Cass.
Yeah.
Big Bill, sorry.
Big Bill, yeah. Who is this Big Cass of which you speak? I like him. He's got a bare-knuckle box.
Oh! Specifically when you're grappling a guy, kick becomes a kick behind you.
Yeah. Oh, I got him dazed. I could grapple this guy.
Yeah, I had him dazed for a moment too, and I did the same thing you did. Just put him down.
He's a... Oh, plane's leaving. The AA-1211.
Well, at least it's a scene that strongly suggests to us that the mission is over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we've gone to Asia. Japan? China? Unclear. Are those Katanika or
I do not have it in me to tell you which alphabet that is. Right now, the only new alphabet I have any room to learn in my brain is the unfettered alphabet by Frosthaven.
Yes.
I've learned their numerical system. Spoiler warning for Friday Night Frosthaven. I did solve the first puzzle.
Nice.
And then eventually I also
You
found
told
the
me.
puzzle book. Yeah.
But it's still nice.
Hey, we got the main song going. I don't think this is the most exciting version of the main song.
Nah.
I think that that was something that Double Dragon Gaiden did an excellent job of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just taking the classic songs and making them sound good. Not that they didn't sound good before. Oh, this is pretty good.
This bit is great, yeah. The breakdown here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sweet. But yeah, generally,
Oh, no!
That's fun.
That's very good.
This is right around as far as we went.
I think this is literally the level on which we left.
Yeah.
Because I believe the bosses of this level are two brothers?
I don't know. Oh! Ha! Sucker. And now you're dead. That's entirely fair. Sleep well, British.
Sleep well.
Yeah. 040 on a work morning.
Yep. This is my Wednesday.
It's not something that gets easier the further we get from 1984.
Mm-hmm. Just want to go up the stairs. Just let me be up. I gotta come down. No, I think I got him.
Alright.
Just my wild swinging up from the top.
Oh yeah, here we go. These aren't new guys. These are just a different look. I can't tell.
This is a...
No, the bandana guy is new.
The bandana guy's kind of a mashup of some dudes that we fought before. I feel like if you combine the dude who's on this dude here, the green shirt.
Yeah, he looks
dude.
almost like Green Shirt Dude, but he's not quite a palette swap.
No, he's got the top half of another dude we've seen frequently. Sort of Vietnam vet dude.
There's the throw. Okay. I was a little concerned about the fact that I hadn't yet pulled off a judo throw while having them in the clinch. Not saying that every game series needs to be hidebound by tradition.
But
there are some moves that if you're telling me I'm a Double Dragon, there's some moves I want to be able to do.
Yeah, he's dead. He blood. Oh, punching bag, but I didn't get a chance to punch.
Oh man, that went poorly.
Yeah, see, he's like this dude here.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah.
Ah, dang, he got me.
Ooh. The enemies don't follow any kind of martial arts movie norms.
No.
They're quite willing to swarm you all out. I was playing, like I said, some of the original Ketsuko Kunio-kan. I realized that before we played it, when we first played it here, we played it on MAME, because I was like, I could find Renegade in the Switch eShop, but not Kunio-kan. And then I realized, oh right, all these arcade archives editions always prompt you whether you want the American or the Japanese version upon startup. So I realized, if I just buy Renegade, it will contain the other game that I want to play. Mm-hmm. And indeed it did. And I was playing it, and I was just struck by how, like, it's the first beat 'em up ever. And it just, like, it has a cinematic quality to it.
Whoa, did you see that? He grabbed
no.
my foot and did a spun me in the air.
Oh, sweet.
See, he just did it again.
I remember him doing a counter like that.
Don't kick this dude. Punches only.
Ah! He also knows how to break grabs. There's no cure for getting spinning back-fisted, though.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah,
right.
see?
Yep.
Don't want to kick this guy. He is not to be trifled with in that regard. Oh, I don't think that did it. But now we fight his brother! Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
This is as far as we got, though. I believe we ended it here.
Yeah. Alright, so we're heading into uncharted waters, which is exciting.
So yeah.
Man.
What else did you get up to today, James?
Oh, not. I mean, the going to work thing. It was most of the day, and then I played some Street Fighter 3. You came over. I had supper. That's it. That's it.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah, it was nice. It's a good day. It was very nice out, and it still is.
Who did I blow? Oh, the boss! Nice!
Sweet. At the same time that I blew out this dude over here. Excellent.
To the streets!
Are they triplets?
No.
No.
We're just on a moving truck now.
Okay.
Alright, uncharted territory. Here we go. Alright, on a moving truck.
And you slide backwards a bit, so it's not just set dressing and animation. Oh man. You get back to full health when you start a new level.
And that dagger really...
Yeah, as it should. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this on air. I can't remember if I had discovered this by last time. Before I purchased the arcade Renegade, I was playing... I'm saying Renegade, but I always played Kunio-kun.
Yeah.
I was playing the original, the Famicom version through the Kunio-kun Double Dragon collection. And... I thought I was not on the plane with him. And I got to the final boss, who it turns out is packing heat. And there's a game that didn't mince, didn't shy away from what it's like, what the difference is between being punched and being shot, because the gun is a one-hit kill. And so this boss has 3 moves. His 3 moves are jump kick, regular kick, and gunshot to the face at point-blank range. And so the jump kick winds up being a better move to get hit with than the regular kick, because the jump kick knocks you down, and then he pulls the gun out and shoots the air before you stand up.
Yeah,
whereas the kick stun locks you, and then he shoots you in the face. So the kick is an instant, for all intents and purposes, an instant kill. I did not manage to beat that boss. It is not easy.
Nope.
To beat a boss who
can just shoot you in the face?
Yeah, because like you do not respawn upon death, even if you have your lives left. You start the stage over, you start the fight over. But yeah, when I was playing the arcade one, I was just like,
he got me.
This game was so cinematic for being the first ever beat 'em up, because like you get stuff like how every enemy in the fight is already visible on screen at the start of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, in the very first level, just means that the boss, who I guess is Riki, of other Kunio-kun games fame, is just, like, chilling.
Hey, look at these guys!
We got to hear,
yes! Because I remember this guy. This clown man.
Do you think he was trying to look like a clown?
I think sometimes that just happens to a dude.
Yeah.
As he gets older.
Like, he's got green hair.
But, like, come on.
But, like, in the Double Dragon universe, I don't think the Simpsons would exist. It depends on when the nuclear war was. Like, was it in 1980X? Or did the nuclear war also happen?
When was the Bay of Pigs?
Well, that happened, I assume, at the same time as ever. I don't remember any of the Double Dragon games retconning that. You know, just to be clear, the Bay of Pigs invasion happened under Nixon in the Double Dragon universe. This will eventually be very important. a short mission.
Hmm.
Was the boss the green-haired clown?
No, because he kind of popped out. We didn't.
Yeah, he just left. But yeah, so yeah, in the first mission, just Ricky's there leaning against the thing. But then the second one starts with an entire gang, and they're all doing cool tough guy poses in the background, while those gang members who have motorbikes are just there.
Yes, just watching.
Trying to run you over.
Yeah.
And then when you finally beat all the motorbikes, the gang like all stand up and come to join the fight. And then when you beat them, or when you beat most of them, the boss comes. That alone is cool stuff. But then like how these big fight scenes are kind of like choreographed with the enemies do respect the 2 at a time school of martial arts gang ups. But they'll switch out who's doing it, and I don't know how much of this is actually like programmed in and how much of it is just emergent, but like they do seem to have like, you know, some of them are nervous and they don't want to come up behind you, or they'll even stand back and let you do one. Some of them rush to the aid of a friend when you do the kneel on the squat on their chest and punch them in the face move. Some of them will also just stand there and turn mad. Like, oh man, this guy's mad.
Oh man.
I hope he doesn't do this to me. But he totally does.
The sword guys are the only ones that they don't seem willing to palette swap. They're kind of always pink jacket dudes.
Yeah. It's true. Maybe that's a specific, they're a gang. They're from their own sub-gang that wears pink jackets. So it wouldn't make any sense to palette swap one of them to...
The pink laddies. That was a Grease reference, James.
Ah, I get you.
You seem to be struggling with it.
No, I didn't. I just didn't process it at all. As opposed to having a hard time processing it. So, when we first played this,
yeah,
one thing we were commenting on was how every other beat 'em up we've played since the Double Dragon and Kunio-kun games that invented the beat 'em up, but every game that took inspiration from them was like, you only need one attack button thing. And you don't need a big cool move set. Like 4 moves with 1 button is fine. Yeah. Which is wrong.
Sale books!
Objectively incorrect. And then we were saying how, okay, and then here we come. We get to Super Double Dragon. And indeed, Techno's Japan was like, oh, there are 4 face buttons and shoulder buttons now? And they didn't hesitate. They were like, well, we can figure out something to do with those. These dudes do not try to break up a clinch, which is a little disappointing since they gave you a specific move to defend yourself from the people who come to break up your clinch.
They'll stand next to you and watch.
They get into range for it, but then they just stop and they don't hit you to get you off their friend.
Knocked that guy's dagger out of the air. That felt satisfying.
Nice.
Came to your rescue. I like a nunchuck. I like how he opens his mouth like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're going up.
Yeah.
Double blow? No, this guy's still good. The not Billy. Bimmy.
Actually, I should grab these nunchucks. Whatever, I'm up here now. Nice! Oh! That's bullshit.
It got you?
It got me.
2 credits.
So 1 credit.
Okay, nunchucks. Oh, and we're done.
Ooh. Yeah, but now coming from Double Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the moveset in this game?
I mean, it's good, but it feels it's weird because like you say, we have 2 buttons, and there are variants. Like you can get a clinch in. If you block a punch, you can get some wrist control. Do this. You got that defend. But like at the same time, I don't know. I feel like there was more like I was worried about what to do in certain situations in Gaiden, and in this one, I'm just keep punching and kicking. Block occasionally, maybe. Like, it's starting to get very repetitive.
Yeah, I think part of that is just the enemies.
Yeah. Like there's...
We have a pretty good moveset.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, except for you definitely don't want to block the,
This is a little bit of a confusing level design. I'm not sure what direction we should be going in.
Yeah, like that's just another thing that they, like, seems like they must have just not got around to it because of time. Like, it's pretty traditional for a thing to come up on screen and
like a big arrow.
Say, go this way now. In fact, Double Dragon, the original, has that. Ah, man.
Nope. Okay. Clown guy's back.
And he's definitely a clown. Once you see him doing the this zany move, I think there's little doubt. The level design's not incredible, but it's got like there's stuff going on. Like, you know, platforms, stairs, narrower areas, obstacles. Actually, you know what? Level design's pretty good. I've talked myself into believing that. So you just threw me like a sack of shit.
Terrible knife throw from this guy. He should feel ashamed. Oh, don't worry. Oop. And he's gone. Is he gone? No, he's back. Okay. Because he did that the first time and he just left. We're really just rocking him.
Oh!
It sucks. His clown spin?
Yeah, because he can do it right out of when he's guarding, so you can't prevent him from launching it by keeping up the attack.
Oh, we got him. Wish I knew who these guys were, what the motivation was, but we're in the forest now.
Yeah. Yep.
Why?
Good old, because it's the forest of death. You gotta go to the forest of death. That's just I mean, it's only the forest of death in Double Dragon 2, but like a forest level, pretty traditional. I believe this is a new track, and it's great. I don't know why it's the forest track, and not like the lounge, like we're fighting in a casino lounge or something. It's good.
You gotta hit those. You think the Shadow Lord's gonna be the final boss?
I don't know, because I don't know what the story is.
Well, Marion doesn't seem to be here at all.
Well, she was murdered in Double Dragon 2: The Revenge.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, I can't remember if she was...
Hey, a blue shirt sword guy.
There you go. Blue shirt, brown hair. I know, he doesn't work in a palette swap, but he should have a mustache. He should be like 70s sword guy.
Oh, he's got a ponytail. Blue shirt sword guy? I get. Does pink shirt guy have a ponytail?
Yeah, I don't think they did a second sprite just to get a ponytail on the otherwise identical brown haired one.
Hold on.
Yeah, you have the right idea. Hit him with a great big rock. Ah, and he had the right idea. Duck. Oh man, this guy.
Hold on, no, my rock.
Ah, sorry.
Nah, it's too late. That was a good strategy.
Oh no, killed by the man. I gotta be a lot more. I mean, this is a problem that I run into even in the original Double Dragon. You have to be enormously careful about knives.
Hey,
Stupinski! Hail! We've gone back to the past.
To Super Double Dragon.
I don't think any of this is changing my view that the best Double Dragon game is Double Dragon 2: The Revenge on NES.
Yeah.
Even though this is a lot of fun. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I am certainly going to play Ogre Battle again in my life. I choose to believe.
You got a lot of life ahead of you, James.
Yeah. Like, I think Wednesday is going to be the day.
Oh, come on. No!
Okay. I hate this.
Jesus.
Ooh. Well, I'm excited to find out what's redacted. We're out of credits because of this.
Because of this stupid fucking bridge?
Yep.
Late game platforming in a beat 'em up? That's pretty classic.
I don't know if a beat 'em up is even fair. It feels specific to Double Dragon.
No, there's been some late stage platforming in some other games. It's just usually, like, suddenly the level is multi-leveled, as opposed to Double Dragon's method of, like, well, you'll die now.
Yeah. And of course, Battletoads. But Battletoads isn't really a beat 'em up, and it's absolutely bullshit. Congratulations. Someday you'll be able to tell me. Ooh, I like this guy.
I like this guy a lot. Look at his mustache.
Yeah, he has the mustache I was saying that
the other guy
blue-haired sword guy ought to have. Sensatsuken! Yeah, Street Fighter 3, the new generation, has an African capoeira fighter named Elena.
Yeah.
And I loved playing as her.
I love capoeira.
Yeah.
As a fighting style.
Ever since I learned about it from the characters capoeira in Busta Groove, the unlockable characters in the rhythm game Busta Groove. Oh wow. Did you do that as a challenge to yourself, or was there some in-game reason incentivizing you to go that way? Yeah, and so all 6 buttons for Elena are all attacks. Oh man, still level managing right down to the final battle. That's hardcore. On that magical far-off day when I reach the final battle, I will be bringing all the characters I am the most emotionally attached to, even though Ogre Battle is not a game that encourages you to care at all about the emotions of your characters. It's just my way.
Just your way. Makes sense.
Anyway, yeah, Street Fighter 3, I thought it was pretty cool when I played it. It has, I think, I'm basing this on looking at the game and not having read about it, but I think it's 3D character models to achieve the animation, even though they like look 2D. Gnome Cleric Thief.
Nice.
That's fun. My next Baldur's Gate experience, because I've played like a few minutes of it in the distant past, but my next Baldur's Gate experience is so far off in the future, because I want to do Dark Sun first, and I haven't even started Dark Sun. Although the worst thing that I know is, not that I'm even sure it's going to be bad, but Ultima 7 Part 2, the Serpentile, sounds long.
Yeah.
Like, the CRPG Act is over 100 hours in his playthrough.
Whoa, what happened there? I got teleported because he did his block, but I wasn't actually fighting him. I was fighting this guy.
Yeah, but he caught your kick. So he just did the Dragon Screw whip thing.
I have continued to play Octopath Traveler 2.
Nice.
I have gotten to the last chapter of Everyone, and now I'm exploring this. I bought a boat, cost me 100,000 leaves, and now I'm exploring the Sundering Sea.
Nice.
I like it. The character who plays the merchant, who's out to kill that devil called Poverty, he has several side missions. They're on the map, but they're not like part of his story. But they're just like little bits around the world where there's like a chance for good commerce. Oh, that's me.
Oh no.
You got me with the knife. Game over.
Alright. Well, we're in an Asian themed palace.
Yeah, this seems pretty endy, yeah.
So, which also does suggest the game did not have that much to show us in terms of other characters that we had yet to unlock. But
anyway, yeah, and one of them is that you come across a half-finished boat, and there's a little story about a ship carpenter living up to the legacy of her boss. And
man.
You pay 100,000 leaves and you get a boat. You can actually go around on the water. You can customize your boat. It's very nice. Yeah, so far, good game.
Huh. Did you see this guy got up and he like...
Yeah, he like pounded the ground.
Motivated himself with some ground pounding? Man, this guy is undying.
There he goes.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
This is nice. This is gonna be a beat 'em up elevator, or is it just taking you somewhere? Oh, just took you somewhere.
Well, no, because we're fighting on the elevator. Oh!
Oh, it's a Wonkavator! Timothy Chalamet's about to sing you a song. I assume you understand that Timothy Chalamet is going to be Willy Wonka?
Yes.
Yes. Timothy Chalamet, Paul and Dune, and Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka.
Two characters with wildly varying degrees of moral ambiguity behind them.
Yeah, obviously
like,
Willy Wonka
Willy
is very
Wonka,
incredibly morally dubious.
In many ways, a darker character.
Yes.
Except that, Paul does wind up enabling a genocide that we're told kills billions. Mm-hmm. But the scale of that, I will say, in the Dune series never seems credible to me.
But Paul doesn't look a bunch of children in the eye and then take them into the death trap-laden factory.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, somebody also pointed out that the Willy Wonka costume in that movie, it's so obvious how they landed on this too. Because it's like, they wanted it to be Willy Wonka, right? So
yes.
he's got the top hat, he's got the long coat. But they didn't want him to be in purple because he has not yet achieved the status. He's not the Willy Wonka of legend. He's a young Willy Wonka, right? So
he's little Billy Wonka.
Yeah. So they put him in a burgundy jacket and a red hat. But he's got the jacket, he's got the hat, the top hat, and he's wearing like a little scarf because he's also young and hip. But it does end up just being the exact costume that Gonzo wears as Charles Dickens in The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Huh.
Like, the exact same.
That's funny.
Someone put them side by side, and, like, if you cosplayed as one, you are cosplaying as the other. It is the exact same outfit.
Okay, you know what? The game is definitely making me think.
What?
Like, I'm working to stay in this fight.
Yeah. Well, you're also by yourself. The sword guys are tricky, because they can really get you in a stun lock combo.
Yeah, and they have good defenses, too.
Wow, that was a move I've never seen the sword guys do before.
I've seen them do it a couple times.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I'll say about Street Fighter 3, which I've otherwise offered qualified praise of. Gil is a way less compelling villain than M. Bison.
Yeah, well, you gotta...
Just significantly less compelling.
You gotta work kind of
I don't know what his story is, but...
Is he also trying to collect psycho power?
He seems to be like I think he's like a genetic experiment of some sort. He's certainly a man who one half of his body is red skin and the other half is blue skin.
Okay.
It's kind of silly looking. He has an extremely frustrating, his special...
Knife to the back.
I was keeping an eye on that knife guy most of the time here, and then I let my guard down.
That's the last thing you want to do. You've got a guy with a knife. Don't turn your back on him. Oh, we've got some frame speed up there. Just a split second. Oh, here's something else I did today. I watched the first episode of the new Kamen Rider television show, Kamen Rider Gachard.
Nice.
Kamen Rider, for those who are not in the know, is a tokusatsu show, so it's a Japanese show. Japanese superhero show. Tokusatsu technically means special effects, so it's more in vein of like the DC television shows. So like a special effects heavy action adventure show.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider,
like Ultraman.
Yeah, like Ultraman or like Super Sentai Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Gachard's the brand new one, just started on Sunday, so I watched that. It got me thinking. It reminded me of the game which I've seen on beat 'em up lists. Single player game, as far as I know. I didn't really play the sequel, so I don't know if they introduced 2-player. But Beautiful Joe. Do you remember that game?
Oh, I love Beautiful Joe.
Yeah. So that's listed in a lot of games as a beat 'em up.
And I understand why.
Yeah.
I understand why it would be, even though I probably wouldn't put it there myself.
Yeah. I think it's like completely two-dimensional, if I remember right. And there's a lot more platforming in it. But I love the game mechanic where you really can't be even just regular henchmen type bad guys without really putting work into getting like combos and beautiful effects to do like action movie moves. Which is neat. It was a neat game. And there was a sequel that I played, I think very briefly. I think I rented it, but I didn't get very into. But yeah, that definitely takes a ton of inspiration from the tokusatsu genre of shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep up with that stuff. I've fallen off on this season of Super Sentai. Not because it's bad, but just because shows that like require a subtitle to watch. Yeah. I kind of have to commit 100%.
Yeah, they're more demanding on your time. You can't throw that on in the background.
No.
You'll miss everything.
And these shows are, when they're not like, when they're average, they're good because you're like, oh, this is fun and colorful, and there'll be some interesting like, some interesting monster designs in there. Yeah. But like sometimes it's just like, okay, I've essentially seen this episode. They do this episode every season. This seems to be a bit of a boss rush. And I have a feeling Clown is not the last boss in the rush.
And it doesn't even matter because I'm not going to beat him.
No.
Okay. So that feels like we were perilously close to the end.
That took us an hour.
Loads of time. Do you want?
Yeah.
Are you having enough fun with this game? You want to play it again and do better at it?
let's give it one more try.
All right.
If we don't complete it on this try, then we will never complete Super Double Dragon. I think mode B is, but I don't think there was any.
Yes, there was.
Remember,
I took you up by throwing
you took me up by throwing. Well, technically that was the other guy who hit me, not you.
Yes, but that was friendly fire, and I think I punched you once.
So yeah, shows with subtitles, you just really have to commit. You have to commit to watching them. So if you ever get into a way where you're like, I just wanna, there really isn't much of a difficulty spike. Like this is probably maybe these enemies have less health. Yeah.
They definitely have less health.
They have less health, but they're about as they hit as hard, and they have the exact same sort of you hit them twice, they're stunned. You can walk into them to do a grapple. It's the same. Okay. Casino! Yeah, this is where the jazz force music should have been.
But that wouldn't be appropriate for a first stage.
No.
So I can see their dilemma. I'm just not sure why they solved it by making that the forest. So.
Oh, yeah. And it turns out pink-haired sword guy was just the second stage of sword guy.
Yeah.
I had forgotten he'd started as teal.
Teal jacket, blonde hair.
Yeah. But you do kind of only get one sword guy at a time. Though he takes over for the old guy. Yeah. Don't know if I'll keep up with Gotchard. It's sort of a, technically Super Sentai and Kamen Rider are both children's shows in Japan. It's just that what is appropriate for a children's show in Japan is vastly, radically different than what is appropriate for a children's show in America. Hey, later, Stavinsky. So, it's shocking, because you might watch, so this season is what I think of as a back to basics season, but basically they are aware that they're...
Damn it.
The knife, man. So they are aware that their demographic ages and eventually ages out.
Yeah.
So there's a thing that happens where they will have a series aimed at the youngest demographic, and then the next one will be slightly more mature, and then eventually, every 3, 4, 5 years, they'll be okay, let's go back to the youngest. Let's bring in some of these youngins again to stick around for the next couple of years. And this one feels like that, the characters are in high school, where sometimes they're adults or even 30-year-old men in some cases. Alright, back here. But it's crazy because, you watch this and you go, okay, they've gone back to basics. This is more a show that, maybe a 12-year-old or 11-year-old would like. The themes are tough. Characters could get hurt or maybe even die near the end of the show. But, it's all pretty kiddie. And then they're yeah, so in Japan, this is a show for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
And, Super Sentai is the same way, where it's there was an entire Super Sentai season that, if the characters didn't manage to beat the bad guys, then the soul of the person the bad guy was feeding on would lose the will to live and they would commit suicide. And they highlighted this early on in the season by having their main supporting character almost commit suicide by jumping off a bridge.
Wow.
Not only was that, I would say, average in terms of its level of maturity. I would argue the current season is more mature than that. But also, in Japan, Super Sentai is a show for, preschoolers. That is a show for, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds. And they're yeah, no. If they fail to beat the monster, then somebody might commit suicide. And also we're going to start our show in the famous Japanese suicide forest to sort of highlight that theme.
Kids gotta learn about the National Suicide Forest.
At some point.
Early on.
Gotta learn about it.
Oh man, I was hoping
young.
that page flip would involve a nice return to full health. I've lost 2 lives. I'm doing substantially worse than I did the first time. Alright, but that ends now. I hope.
I love how the boomerang comes back, but if you get hit by the boomerang, you get down, and your down is longer than what it takes for the boomerang to come back.
Yeah.
So it never hits you, it always hits just a bad guy on the backswing. I seem to remember the boss coming out here, so I think we're close.
Yeah.
This wave of dudes and then Suit Man should come out.
Yeah, no Lindas in this game.
No Lindas! No female
Not really any
villains at all.
recognizable characters. No Bobo, no Shintai Mei. The most recognizable character is just a palette swap for Billy Lee.
Although I feel like the two Chinese martial artist guys ring a bell. Maybe I'm just thinking of
You might be thinking of... Yeah, or you might be thinking in Double Dragon 3, there is a character whose name might be Chen or something. I can't remember. I think it's Chen. Who is a Chinese guy who joins your party after you beat him as a boss.
Right, I remember that.
And he wants to fight you because you killed his brother in the previous game, I think.
Ah, damn it. Hey, that knife didn't do very much damage. I was right up in his face when he got it on me. Maybe
that's it. Maybe he needs some acceleration.
Yeah, maybe it does more damage the further away he hits you with it.
It wouldn't really make...
Doesn't make a ton
real
of
sense,
no.
because that is not how a thrown projectile is.
No, they lose
Yeah.
the further away you are, though.
If it doesn't have its own propulsion, it can't continue accelerating after.
One thing I just noticed, check this out.
What?
These 2 receptionists over here for the airline
Alright,
who
totally
are just
static.
standing here watching quietly. I like to imagine this one with her hand up is smoking.
Oh man, that would be much better, obviously, if they were animated.
Yeah.
Just make them obviously bored.
Yeah.
They're just
like,
oh man,
another Friday night.
The Lee brothers are beating up a bunch of goons again. Okay, there. The guy broke up a clinch for the first time. Unfortunately, he did it by killing me with swords. I didn't kill him.
That's me. Oh, no, I still have 0, of course. Oh, shoot. My mother and father are calling me, folks.
Alright.
Excuse me one moment.
Alright, I don't have an intermission set up on here, so Greg's gonna run out of the room and talk to his parents.
Oh.
And I am gonna keep it going here. So yeah. There, that's the good content. Having a nice glass of water. But yeah, we were away from the past for a while, and I think I was more enamored of this game the first time we tried it than I am now. But a lot of that is just the repetitiveness of the foes, and especially now having seen that. Oh no, the moment that we experienced the first time, where we said, "Hey, okay, this game has things left to show us," was actually us seeing most of those things. It's like the levels look nice. The fighting is quite fun. They just don't throw enough different enemies at you. That was something Double Dragon Gaiden did very, very well. Not just for a Double Dragon game, but for a beat 'em up generally. Because in many ways, it's not it doesn't really have the Double Dragon feel in the way it plays and stuff. But what Double Dragon Gaiden did very well was make it so that there's a lot of different enemies, and how you're going to fight them is actually going to vary depending on which character you are and then what enemy they are and what the best techniques would be. Whereas here, like, sword guy's a little trickier because you can't block his swords, and you definitely don't want to get hit with them. And then you want to avoid people, they show up with a knife. You don't want to get stabbed in the face. But otherwise, it's just having the same fight again and again and again. Which, I was praising the original Kunio-kun, or Renegade, earlier, and that is kind of the same fight a bunch of times. But, I don't know. There's something more dynamic about that game, which is funny when it's all single screen levels and stuff. But, I don't know. This is good. Quite good. But it obviously needed more time in the oven. And, yeah, that's not a slight on the people who made it, because they knew that. The only things I've read about this game are the director just saying, geez, we would have had cutscenes between levels and things like that. There's no boss music. There's no special song that plays when you're fighting a boss. There's no jingle that tells you you won a level. There's no hand that comes up flashing to tell you where you're supposed to go next when you've cleared out a wave of enemies. There's a lot of gaps in the production. What they came up with, very, very good. Tragic case of unfulfilled potential, this game. And, I would like to be able to sit down on an enemy's chest and just punch him out. Speaking of, wow, the original Kunio-kun was so, for the first beat 'em up ever, and for when it came out, is so, cinematic, or, so fleshed out. When you do the crouch on an enemy and punch him out, Kunio actually alternates which fist he's hitting him with, and he actually... They'll go, now they're facing away from the camera. Oh, now they're facing towards it while he's punching them. It's pretty sweet.
Hello.
All right, Greg has returned.
Oh. Got some distressing news from my parents.
Oh, should we?
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later if you want to.
Yeah.
Don't need to do that right now.
Talk about that off air.
Yeah.
Let's get back into Super Double Dragon.
Yeah. A flawed gem. Mm-hmm. Or just it's half a gem. If it was a whole gem, I think it would probably be just a high quality gem.
Yeah, I don't think this is making a top 5 or anything.
No.
But it's certainly not the worst game to play
no.
by a wide margin as well.
But
but it's a real
not making our top 5 Technos beat 'em ups.
No.
Let alone top. Although Technos may very well capture, if not the entire top 5, most of it. Oh man, first game over.
Well, Technos is sort of the king of this period as well. But no, it's just it's a real, what I would describe as middle of the pack. It's a real, it's not the worst by a wide margin, but it's also not the best by a pretty wide margin either. If I had to rank it now, yeah, I think it'd probably end up somewhere in the middle. But there's a wide curve. I'd say the top is a healthy debate, but there's a big step up and down from top and bottom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we haven't even played, The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
You keep putting down Bayou Billy as your example game.
I am
You're pretty sure it's awful.
I don't 100% remember it, but I think I remember enough to know that it sucks. I guess we'll find out. One thing you can't say though, and I remember enough about it to know this. You can't say that they like, there's just some generic like tossed off thing, because they were like, this is a game about a dude from Louisiana. He lives in the bayou. Like, this is not a generic, like, this is not urban decay. Oh, come on. No. Bullshit. I'm so angry.
Why? Because that bomb took you out?
Yeah. Long after it had exploded, like, some of the fire drifted up and touched my ankle and insta-killed me.
Yeah.
From almost full health.
Again, like, I think it might be a distance thing. I think the further away you are from it, the worse it is.
Makes even less sense with
an explosion? Yeah.
Like, the reason they say you want to be closer to ground zero at a nuclear blast is just because it would be so bad to be still alive after the nuclear war.
Yeah, within a certain zone, you just completely obliterate it. No worries there. You're done.
Yeah, problem solved.
There's I wish I could remember the title of this book. There was a book that I read. It's an interesting time travel story. But one of the things about it is that you can travel back in time and change the past.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this, I think.
Yeah, but when you get caught up to current day, to the point when you left, that's when people, if their lives were significantly changed by your actions, suddenly have like an issue, like a flash, where they sort of remember both worlds. Like, they remember the one they're in more, but they remember the other one as like a shadow, kind of. And it becomes an issue because the person who sells it is selling it to rich people with specific rules of like, hey, you can change little things, but you can't do anything big because it'll fuck us up. Because too many people learning about it, like too many people having that flash moment is gonna like reveal to the world that this is happening. Where when it's just a few people having it, it's just sort of like a novel, like modern psychosis that we can kind of dismiss. But then, needless to say, somebody fucks up and does something huge, and that causes a big kerfuffle. But one of the things is that this eventually leads to like nations getting so upset about it that it leads to nuclear war. And so that end bit of the novel is them trying to prevent that. But they keep, like, the fail state is they die in a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
And so they keep reliving that. Like, they keep having to be like...
Oh, but dying in the blast is fine.
Well, that's the thing. They can't die. At least one of them needs to get to the machine to reset it for them. So, like, initially they're, like, in a city, and, like, they're just lucky that they're just outside the blast radius, but one of them is, like, at that point where it's like, oh, you're going to die, but it won't be...
Ooh.
It'll be in a few hours, maybe. And then they talk about that, like, they keep moving, like, where their research takes place so that they are not as close to a nuclear explosion. Yeah, he's so angry.
Drinking green tea all day.
I was gonna say I had some green tea, but I didn't. It was lemon iced tea that I drank before coming here.
Yeah, that's not green tea for sure.
But I was just thinking of Arizona and their famous green tea. Arizona apparently changing their cans. I really hope the price isn't going up. Because the price is listed on their cans. So
feels like their can is iconic, if I'm thinking of the right company. I better be, or else I'm totally off base.
No, their can is completely iconic. But that's what makes me think that they might be increasing it. A little inside baseball from somebody who talks directly to distributors. Arizona is changing their cans right now. So Arizona is not available en masse for buyers.
You're not violating any NDAs, right?
Nobody made me sign shit.
Okay, great.
Maybe somebody else violated their NDA to me. But if this is where you learn your hot, soft drink information, let the two people watching this, at best, know that they've got the upper hand here. But yeah, Arizona's changing their cans, and like, their design is iconic, so the only reason I can think to change the cans is because the price is famously list it right on the can.
But would you even call that changing? Like, would you be hyping that to people as changing the can? You
It's
could just change the price.
It's not a hype situation. It's not available right now because they're changing its situation. It's a, hey, why can't I get any Arizona right?
But what I'm saying is, you can generally just keep the label the same, I would think. And change, like, not keep the label the same, but make a mild change to the label. And just keep on, like, that doesn't seem like it would interrupt production as much as
well,
if, like...
no, because it's printed on the cans. It's not a label. It's a print. So, like, ooh, that's the first, I'm glad to have died to that move. That's the first time I saw him hit that. And it really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just means they need to stop production on the old cans in order to, like, just, and then flush them out, like, basically get rid of all of them. Which, again, sounds like they're increasing the price the more I say it, because you wouldn't want to confuse people with one can that costs one thing and another can that costs a different thing. Yeah, man, inflation. It comes for us all except the Costco hot dog.
Yep.
Costco hot dog will never die. Until the guy who's president of Costco dies, I imagine.
Yeah. Not very long after that at all.
Not very long after that.
His grandchildren will be destroying the Costco brand. Unless, I don't know how old the guy who founded Costco is. If he's old enough to leave it to his boomer children...
They'll understand?
No, they'll ruin it, but...
but in a different way.
It's not fair to say... No, I'm just saying it's not fair to blame it on the grandkids. The grandkids will be doing what they've done their whole life, which is waiting for their parents to let them have anything. When you're older, you'll get it when I die. But you're never going to die, so you can afford the best healthcare in the world.
Keep staggering each other, me and this dude. Yeah, this is the one that flashes around a great bit. They really didn't know how to transition between levels in this Doga-style building.
I think it's just they didn't have time.
Yeah.
I think it comes back to that. I bet they would have had a little scene of Billy and Jimmy, you know, kicking open the door or something.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's just like, it is a thing where, like, there is a thin line that I think would have made this game great.
Yeah.
Like,
a few more enemies.
All of it. It's weird because you don't think of this era. Well, of course, this era has, like, some of the worst, like, workers' rights situations, even though they're not great today in the video game industry. Back in this era, it was basically like, hey, if we just lock you in a room with a Commodore for 16 hours, can you make us a game? And the guy was like, yeah, I guess. But we don't think of it as being like...
I think we're a little bit past one guy making a AAA game in 16 hours on Commodore.
You're right.
32
in fact,
hours. I'd be willing to say that
I
do not think the Commodore series of computers was ever involved in the creation of a Super Nintendo game.
No. Well, never say never. Somebody an accountant, right? But you don't think about this era as being an era where crunch was an issue. You know, you kind of feel like But like this seems like a game that really suffered from crunch.
Well, I think it really suffered from not having, like, maybe they would have more time if they crunched harder. Not that I'm saying they should have.
No, I get it. You're saying that these guys should have just, like, burned to death in a shirtwaist factory.
Yeah, but no, I think...
in order to make a great game.
I think that just the impression I get from the fact that I have read about the director being like, oh, man, we would have had all these things if only there was time.
Yeah. Oh, punch the punching bag.
I hit the punching bag with the thrown dude.
That'll work. Yeah. Alright. Just wanted to see. Like those little things. A guy spent time on that.
Yeah.
A guy spent a few hours, if not a few days, on like, let's just have the punching bag. I'll have to register it as a character, because you can see that its artwork is on it. Hey, if you hit it enough times, it swings.
Yeah, I made it swing by throwing the dude at it.
Oh, no. I made it swing, but a single punch, like if you look here, like a single punch.
Oh, there's different levels of swinging.
Yeah, if you hit it a few times in a row, then it swings hard enough to do damage to somebody.
Yeah, I like...
See, like somebody spent time... Like,
somewhere on Earth 2, or like, in the multiverse, there is a version of this game that is just...
yeah, people are like, oh, you know the game that has the best story, and plus, like... really a lot of, like, the graphics and a lot of really nice visual touches. Super Double Dragon. Whereas in this world, people are like, this Super Double Dragon? Like, that's a game?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they put Battletoads and Battlemaniacs on the best of the Super Nintendo list.
Yeah. Ah, damn it, so again. What's up? All the regulars are popping in and popping out.
Good evening. Yeah, we just need... Well, actually, there's a lot more regulars now, Greg. But I know what you mean. Regulars who might show up here.
Yes.
I was about to start being like, well, then there's also... And I was like, oh, no. Too successful. I can't list everybody who's a regular just off the top of my head.
Wow.
Too well loved.
Big City James, that's what they call him.
How are you, officer?
As we wait for Waffle Syrup's response in silence. Here we go! Hey, yeah!
Yep.
Boulder's Gate. I've already got my next game lined up, but I'm more and more thinking I gotta play the Boulder's Gate.
It would be so hard, it would take forever to eventually get through it.
Oh, yeah.
So I know we're not going to do a two-player
no,
campaign.
No. I mean in my personal life.
Like, Divinity Original Sin. Oh, right.
Great series of games. You don't get this guy, yeah.
That's good. I also had a good day. It's not like classes. I guess you wouldn't, because your first year was pandemic year. But, what am I trying to say? It's like first day of classes for engineering students is actually orientation day, where all classes are canceled.
Nice.
So that's actually the day when I have to get up the earliest of the entire school year, because I have to be there for the opening session at 8:30, which today featured me first being told just before the thing started that I needed to speak for 10 minutes when normally I speak for like 3 to 4 minutes of this thing.
Man.
And then I sat there being like, okay, how can I stretch this out to fill this time? And then when I was getting up and going up there, the same person grabbed me by the sleeve and was like, 1 minute, you have 1 minute. And I was like, oh, god damn it.
Oh, that was very satisfying. Nope. Well, that wasn't.
Incredible.
Oh, that didn't cost me any life.
It cost you an entire life.
Oh, God. Fuck. Oh, well, this story is gonna be, but I don't know if you saw it, but I maintained my 2 lives with 1 sliver of health at the end of that boss fight.
And then immediately hopped off the truck.
Immediately hopped off a truck. I can't believe that took an entire full life bar. What incredible bullshit.
Oh no, then you got knifed.
Then I got knifed.
Ooh. I don't remember stopping to take note of this song.
You don't remember the pan flute?
Yeah. Like, I think that the pan flute is like a hated instrument, which I find absurd because I think it's a very pleasant instrument.
Well,
But I think the pan flute taking the place of an electric guitar in a rock song for the solo is an underexplored idea that the composer for the... Oh man, knifed again.
Knifed again. My association with the pan flute is exclusively questionable to racist depictions of Native Americans.
Well, that would be a thing then.
Yeah. I don't know if you were aware of the character of Chakotay on Star Trek Voyager.
Oh yes, I'm familiar. Like, I'm not familiar enough to. Well, like, I don't remember well enough. Like, I watched Voyager with my family.
In Star Trek Voyager, Chakotay, the second in command, is a man of Native American heritage, and the show producers, for to their credit, wanted to be authentic. So what they did was they hired. Oh wow! These are a bunch of bosses all walking by.
That's cool.
And we just have the chance to like see them for a minute before they're gone.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Oh man, there's a version of this game that's so good.
There's a version of this game that is so good. But anyway, they wanted to be authentic, so they hired.
Oh, bullshit! The Jimmy palette swap has the Sensetsuke.
So they hired a cultural consultant to tell them about.
And was it a fraud?
Yeah, he was a complete fraud. He made everything up. The dude had no Native American heritage, no Native American studies history. He just made everything up.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
And the actor didn't know, because the actor's native heritage was like several generations back. He didn't like grow up on a reserve or anything. So he was just like, sure, yeah, well, I'll do your Spear Quest stuff in the storyline. I assume this is accurate to people. Nope, not at all. So
maybe I should toss out for anybody who's unaware. The reason that this would be a particular personal thing for Greg, you may not have guessed this just looking.
I'm told by people who know people who. So yeah, I am. My grandmother was Mi'kmaq, which makes me Mi'kmaq, but obviously my grandfather and mother both very white people. But I'm told by people who know other mixed race people that I actually have a look of a mixed race person if you are looking for it.
Yes, I will say this. It makes sense to me in a couple of ways. Where I don't even have that much culture or any to see it, but like there are definitely things that because I know, I can look at you and be like, oh yeah. Like, your lustrous and very, very dark hair.
Yeah.
Your complete inability to grow facial hair.
Yeah, I go a few months between shaves sometimes, and people might think, wow, Greg hasn't shaved in a couple of days. I can grow a soul patch like nobody's business now. And that thing comes in instantly and thick. But yeah, so...
Or just the little... communicating that this guy's an awkward adolescent crustache like Joseph.
Yes, very much so. But yeah, so
when I was a kid, I think it was like a season 2 revelation for me. When I was like, oh, John Redcorn is Joseph's father.
Wow.
I get it because they never say it.
Yeah, you were really living that Dale life.
I guess, I just wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
And they never, obviously they never
They all, pause. It's clear that the characters all know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They never explicitly say it. But, yeah, it's, revealed. It might only be until, season 2 or later, where, it actually gets revealed to Peggy, who also famously is the only other character in that show besides Dale who doesn't put it together herself. And
then she finds out and is like, I gotta tell him.
Yeah, and everyone's like, no, we all already know. Of course, in classic Peggy fashion, she's like, Hank, I've got something very concerning to tell you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this. And then Hank is like, yeah, obviously. Oh, damn it. It sucks that he has the Susitsuquin.
Yeah.
Where did he learn it? But, yeah, I remember that. That was one of my favorite things on the show. I also love that they end the affair because John Redcorn realizes that Dale is a good person, and he just can't do it anymore.
Huh? I did not know that was part of the show.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing where Dale helps him sue the federal government. And then he's like, Dale's actually really great and really kind and a good father, and it just feels wrong to keep doing this.
No, we're not going up yet. Or
Sure
are
we're
we?
not going up? Oh, no. Just took a long time to get this guy in. Oh, that guy came off screen. Threw his knife from off screen. That's unfair.
His bomb.
No, the other dude had a knife.
Oh, you jerk.
Yeah. I shouldn't say the only other character, though, because his son also never puts it together as well.
Yes.
Great
There
show,
we
King
go.
of the Hill. Another show where the... there we go, now we're going up. And we were talking before the show about the failed attempt to make the Yiddish Policemen's Union into a movie. Another thing that I would have loved to see get made, but due to various circumstances probably never will, the King of the Hill reboot that they were planning. Oh, not reboot, but rather continuation that they were planning for a hot minute.
Oh, I didn't know that had fallen through. Like, I figured it would be awkward now, because the actor who was Dale just passed.
Well, it was originally... They actually had plans for it as far back as before Brittany Murphy died.
Oh, wow.
And then, obviously, then Brittany Murphy died and they didn't feel it was appropriate. And then they were planning to do more, and I honestly don't know if they're still planning on doing like a special, but I know that the series is not happening anymore. So it's not going to be like, if they do something, it will be like a mini-series or something.
Ah, it's like, please, new mission. Nope, we're not even on a different area. Like, we're on a different fire escape.
Yeah.
Ah, there's the game over. I persisted a very long time with no bar. Well, despite the fact that we did this to make one last attempt, we're doing much worse, I think, or at least comparably bad.
I think we're doing comparably bad. I think I'm doing slightly better and you're doing slightly worse, which is evening us out.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is
down,
down
we're going
now.
down now.
Okay, but it wasn't just go up and then come back down. It was go up and then understand through the visual cue of the transition that you've actually gone to a different fire escape, which you're now going down.
Yeah, we got to the top of the building.
Ah, man.
Is Billy wearing sunglasses? No, his hair just has a heavy shadow.
There we go.
Alright. Oof, clown guy.
Ugh.
Ah, damn. If you get him sort of like in a punch mode, he doesn't spin.
Yeah, even... Yeah.
Damn.
Ah!
What's the name of the big trolly French-Canadian man that Anoki famously...
Oh, the Great Antonio. I thought you were asking video game questions, so I was all queued up to say Bear Hugger from Super Punch-It.
No. This guy reminds me of
And actually, now that I think about it, entirely possible that the makers of Super Punch-Out were thinking about the Great Antonio when they made Bear Hugger.
Yeah.
Although the Great Antonio had a full head of hair, and Bear Hugger is a bald guy.
Well, you got to do something to differentiate them so you don't get sued.
I don't know. Like, how different is Super Macho Man from Superstar Billy Graham?
True. Well, in that game, didn't they try to change them more when it came to the United States, though? I feel like they're more litigious in the States than they are. Oh! Whoa! First time I've seen him do a throw.
Super Macho Man is still just Super Macho Man.
No, you know what? I'm thinking of...
New mission, sweet. We were both very low on health.
Yes. I'm thinking of not Super Monster Man. I'm thinking of the wrestling game.
Oh, yeah. Natsume Championship Wrestling.
Yes. Which had some very obvious...
Whoa! Oh, that was satisfying. Stunned him with the boomerang, then just stepped out of the way to let the boomerang come back and take him down.
Nice. There we go. Well, we're back in the forest.
Yeah.
Not like...
No, if we play well from here, it's plausible. We go far. Who knows?
Ooh, rock guy. This is the rock that I will solo this level.
No.
This is pretty good, yeah. The soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, soundtrack did not need more time. Soundtrack they nailed.
How do you think that goes?
I'm getting absolutely messed up in this fight.
So obviously for film and television, the score comes, pretty late in the game usually. Usually after everything's been filmed, even after everything's been edited. Is when they generally score film and television.
Yeah.
But for video games, do you think they just come up with the score?
Yes.
Like
at least
before?
in like a 1992 beat 'em up. Yes, absolutely. I think that they are just well, we're gonna have a level that's like this. Like here's the concept art, but because there's no reason the composer can't be working on it the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, obviously for AAA games, there might be. Damn. There might be damn, there were two knife guys!
There were two knife guys.
I couldn't even see the other knife! There was too big of a crowd.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes.
But obviously for a AAA game like today, there might be some scenes, some cutscenes with music scoring to them that I imagine they want to score those like a film to really have the emotions hit at the right time. But yeah, in this, or like a Super Mario.
Oh! I thought I was going to get unstunned while they took too long to capitalize.
Okay, here's the platforming bit coming up.
Okay. If we don't lose lives here stupidly, that will help the cause.
What I'm hearing is lose lives here stupidly. Hey!
That's a key part of what I said, anyway.
Okay. So... Away! Come the fuck on!
What? What? No, how? How are we supposed to do it?
I don't know, there's no double jump! Dumb. I don't know how you're supposed to make that. Oh, you got a knife. Nice.
Yeah, so...
I'm just gonna get behind you. There you go.
I wish I'd hit either of the more impressive guys, and I'm also really mad that he didn't kill him, but... Alright.
One got past me. Okay, and here's the boss. Yeah, we saw him for a brief second at the truck.
Yeah.
There was another guy we saw too, so I feel like there's one more dude after him. Evidently. It was here that I died the first time, wasn't it? Or did I die... I didn't get to the elevator. But did I die just before the elevator?
Yeah, you were with me.
I like this guy's trench coat. I like how much effort they put into animating it. They're also kind of doing the thing where they want this guy's sprite. Like, obviously they spent a little bit more time on this guy's sprite. So they want you to see it. And one of the ways they're doing that is just making him bigger than the other characters. But in a sort of unrealistic way. Like, Billy and Jimmy are like two average height men. So that dude would have to be like 9 feet tall for that height to work.
Yeah, I mean, just like a Bobo, except that guy otherwise looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
A Bobo looks like definitely some kind of
Yeah,
freak.
a Bobo looks like a dude who's like I think you said when we were playing Gaiden, that a Bobo is the type of guy who looks like the fact that there's later a green palette swap of him.
You're just like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's the green version of this guy. Why wouldn't you grow a green version at the same time you're growing all the other ones? But yeah, like that's the kind of thing where really...
Yeah, this is where I died the first
We
time.
ought to have reached the end of the bridge and had a scene where castle comes into view.
Yeah, where we look off to the distance and they do like a sort of slow zoom in on a castle.
Because like the flow is there.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're ultimately following pretty standard Double Dragon level progression of fighting the city a bunch so that you can make your way to the forest where your enemy's, Asian castle is.
Checking the time?
Yeah. It is 9, so we are definitely on track.
Definitely, yeah.
Win or lose, I think.
Win or lose, we're done. Oh, shoot. I got hit just on the very end of his roll. His death roll. Right, we gotta beat... This is the beginning of the boss rush.
Yeah.
We gotta beat the brothers again. Although, presumably these are different dudes? Because we killed the brothers?
I don't know.
Do the Double Dragons kill?
I mean, presumably some of these guys are gonna die of, severe blunt force trauma. But
they've got CTE, but
I don't think the idea is that we're actually like every single one of these dudes is dead.
Right.
Like the Double Dragons have a special deadly poison that they coat their knuckles with or something.
Well, that's the thing though, is that there's some action movies from this era. Like, I remember seeing this in a Jackie Chan movie, where it was like, Jackie Chan, normally, right, he's just going through and just like, comedy fighting people, doing some like wushu fighting, playing with the environment in an interesting way. But like when he beats somebody, he usually just knocks them down, right?
Yeah.
But then I was watching just like, I can't remember what it was, just some random Jackie Chan movie, where like there's like a mini boss character, right? Like, oh, this is the guy who's standing between Jackie and like the real final boss. And like at the end of the fight, Jackie like got him in like a chokehold, and then like wrenched back, and there's a loud snapping noise. And I'm like, and then the fight's over, and it transitions to the next fight. And I'm like, wait, did Jackie Chan just murder that man?
Maybe he did.
Did he just separate his spine? Like,
it's a nice touch that this guy, who might be supposed to be Roper now that I think about it.
yeah.
I really like that.
Like,
he's getting himself fired back up.
So now we're going. I never made it to the elevator.
Well, we're getting further than we did on the previous attempt. So.
We're better now because
Good for us.
like we still have one continue left. Not sure.
Yeah, we have one between us. Okay.
And we're pretty equal. I'm slightly worse off than you.
Ah, nicely done.
I like this Wonka Vader situation. It's an interesting take on the classic beat 'em up elevator. Like it goes in multiple directions. Nice. Get pumped. Nice. Love that move.
Man, yeah, the back and forth face slapping with the foot. That's just a good move. That's well done.
Okay, we're moving sideways again, making progression. Is this supposed to be like engraved or a carpet?
Ooh, great question. I think it's a rug,
Yeah, I think it's a rug.
but I'm not positive.
It sucks that we can't knock people off this elevator. You can fall off the truck, but not this elevator.
Yeah. Yeah, except for in the forest at the one of those parts where there's just a little cutout in the rectangular floor for a pit.
Damn, that's my last life. Gone to knife. Okay.
I didn't make enough use of... I guess it's hard to make use of power mode. But when you do get the opportunities to just... There's no real good argument, I don't think, for not charging it up and having a little bit of power mode going. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. I got the Kung Fu guy. Here comes Clown.
And here's where I was taken down.
Well, you were taken down with the Clown.
Yeah. This is exactly where I failed last time. So we've done it.
We've gotten further. We've gotten further at this point because you died pretty quick to the Clown.
As long as you don't lose both lives before we take out this clown. I might lose mine, but...
Damn.
I came up just short on that leaping.
That was it. No! But you made the ha noise. It even had an echo.
I think you were right that that's our noise.
Yeah. He's gonna spin. Oop, nope, you got him down first. Great. Damn it. Nice. Nice, okay.
Okay,
Who's
even
next?
I made it further, and I'm awfully close to... Oh, good. Spikes are coming, I bet. Spikes from the floor, spears.
Nope. 2 suit jacket guys. Ooh, damn. Oh, we go real low.
I'm not giving up.
Don't give up. That's the worst thing to do.
I should have said something like, I'm not losing hope. I mean, I am. I'm definitely going to get game over. I'm not going to see the ending of this game in that sense. You might still
Yeah,
get there.
but have hope for the future. Next week, new game.
Yeah. There it is. Game over.
Game over. Okay, let's see how long Greg can last on his own. Yep, got a palette swap of a boss in here. And
It's funny that the palette swap of the trench coat is to make it brown.
Yeah.
The vinyl red is the default. I assumed that the guy was wearing a vinyl coat when it was red.
It's gotta be.
Now I think it looks a bit shiny, but now to
Oh,
me
man.
that's a 100% cotton trench coat.
These guys. Why aren't they dead yet?
Because they themselves are boss level hit points dudes.
Yeah.
But you got one.
There you go. Oh, great. Got a knife.
Yeah, the base level fighting in this game is so good. that, among other things that are so good, that just makes you wish they'd gone all the way with it.
I don't know why that guy waited till that moment to throw his knife when I wasn't.
And if you're gonna take that long to pick your spot, like pick a spot where you're gonna hit the guy.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Our budget only allows one knife per every like 7 thugs. Can't just throw that away.
Ah, damn it. I'm gonna get on either side of you. Really hard.
So, we do need to turn our eyes to next time.
Yeah.
And to my mind, we got options. And I'm going to lay out 4 for you, Greg, and I'll let you choose where we're going next.
Okay.
There is the Streets of Rage series, although all the other suggestions I have are standalones, which might be a point in their favor. In the sense that we could do one of them and then go do Streets of Rage series if we want.
Yeah.
So the Streets of Rage series, we could start up with Streets of Rage 1, or just Streets of Rage as it's actually called. Or we could, if we want to stay on the Super Famicom, we could start, I don't know the full proper Japanese name, but Shiodai Kuryo Kuha, whatever. Which is the first Kunio-kun game for Super Nintendo. It is a beat-em-up RPG, reminiscent, although I think a little more narrative-driven from what I vaguely recall than River City Ransom or Neketsu Downtown Story. And it is... Oh man, risky business fighting him when he's partially off screen. But yeah, so we have that. Then we also have the other...
Hey! Completely new guy!
Yeah. It takes real restraint when you know you don't have that many enemy types in your game to keep your powder dry on some of them until right near the end. So good for them there.
Is this the final boss, do you think? Or who?
I don't know, but if it is, step the game up.
Hey, my game got pretty good. I don't know if you watched me fight that big guy, but I was doing great.
That's what inspired me to just suddenly say the fighting in this game is so good. Because I was just watching, and I was like, man, I'm so satisfied. Which is a feeling I often get when I'm playing Renegade, or First Kunio. Just when you actually get like, oh, I hit the stick guy who was coming at me enough to stun him, and then the stick guy is coming from behind me, but I got him with a kick and he's stunned, and then I grabbed the guy in front of me while he was still stunned, threw him at that other guy. One of them was dead, but one of them wasn't. I managed to get up the other guy's chest and just punch him out.
It kind of became a blow of a flurry of kicks. Damn. This guy's really good at blocking. That's like 99% of the stuff he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hits I've even gotten on him. Everything I throw kind of blocks.
Man, I'm glad that, I'm going to just call him Roper, really didn't even try with that knife. Because that would be game over right there. I think they've got you. Remember that you're on a Z-axis you can walk on, too.
Yeah, but watch. They're good at staying pretty tight with me.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, this is going to be it. Next punch does it. Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Good one to go down to, though.
Alright, well, hey.
Hey, we got pretty far. That could have been the final boss.
Not even like a proper game over screen.
Nope.
They were forced to shuffle it out the door so quickly. Ship it way too soon. Okay, so to the Genesis for Streets of Rage, stay on the Super Famicom for Shiodai Kunio-kun something whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the title, but
Sure.
it does start with Shiodai. Which I don't even know what Shiodai means. But I know that's the word.
Sure. First thing
we can go back to the NES and play Mighty Final Fight, which is the last game on the NES that I can confidently say will be really good.
Okay.
It's only single player, which is...
so we need to take turns with it.
We gotta take turns, but other than that, it's quite good. It's an SD...
We played Final Fight, didn't we?
Yeah, we played Final Fight. This is like an SD take on Final Fight.
Okay.
With it's single player, which is a bummer, but it has all 3 of the characters, and they do play differently. But you can only pick one for your entire run, and then it does the Double Dragon 1 thing of having a simple experience and leveling system.
Okay.
Except that where Double Dragon 1 on the NES gives you a new move for every level up. I think there are new moves for some of the level ups, but some of them just like slightly increase the damage from your punch.
Right.
Way less cool than getting to do a whole new move. But a pretty good game. Or we go back to the arcades for the Combat Tribes.
Ooh.
The game that Technos made instead of making Double Dragon 3 in-house for the arcades.
Right.
They're like, that's not a big deal. One of our flagship series. Like, what we need our A-team on is developing this Combat Tribes concept. Because we got a great portmanteau.
Yeah. Which has left very little cultural footprint, unlike the Double Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I think we should play Combat Tribes, because that is the truly most one-off one that you said. Because the other 2 are part of series that we've played, kind of going back into those series.
I don't think there was ever a Combat Tribes 2.
I don't think there ever was. But maybe we'll like play it and be like, hey, I think I've seen that character in Capcom versus whatever.
Maybe we will. I probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe. Hey, speaking of seeing characters in Capcom, because I was playing these Street Fighter games, Street Fighter Alpha has Guy, is one of the playable fighters.
Yeah.
And Sodom, who's one of the bosses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I only played the first Street Fighter Alpha. It's cool. It was a neat little game.
All right.
It's a fun fighting game.
So James, hit us up with what's coming this week.
So check it out. I do not think that I can fit Ogre Battle into the particular Wednesday that I have tomorrow, but I do believe I can fit Ogre Battle into future Wednesdays in the late afternoon. Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But so probably no Ogre Battle tomorrow, and it's still on the schedule for Thursday. But no, I have an evening class on Thursday, so I'm never going to be doing a stream before I have a class. There's many reasons why that would be a foolish idea.
Yes.
So I don't know about Ogre Battle this week. The hiatus may continue, which is frustrating because, like, I like the game, so I like to play more of it.
Yeah.
And also, I'd like to finish the game at some point and move on. It's a very long game. I'm not even halfway through. Yeah. Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday evening.
Yes.
That is tentative. Both. There's some tentativeness with Rich that I don't recall the provenance of.
It's a track thing.
Track.
As you can imagine.
I mean, I did
what
know.
What else would it be?
I knew it. I knew that it pertained...
Well, something related to one of his 2 children.
Yes. I knew it pertained to track and field, but I wasn't sure exactly what it is. But then also tentative from me because I do have the aforementioned Thursday evening class. It's the first class. I got to get home. So a lot depends. Do I get my setup done before I leave? Do I do it really quickly when I come home? Am I going to have a voice and, like, the energy for it?
Especially after your very first class.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in future Thursdays.
Honestly, like, voice might be a risk because, like, I haven't been theater speaking for a little while now. Mm-hmm. Energy isn't going to be a risk. I will be fired up.
Yeah.
After first class. Like, last year, it was, like, week 3 before the class stopped applauding at the end of every class, which... was weird, but like also certainly made me feel like I was doing a good job of teaching technical writing to my students. I'll get home fired up. When the weekend comes, I'm going to keep the Inscription King's Quest doubleheader going on Saturdays for at least a little bit.
Yeah. I
don't know how much more Inscription. I might want to just say, you know what? I'm done with Inscription as a thing that I play on the stream. Because Casey's Mod is just a deck building game. Mm-hmm. And I tend to mostly play things that have a narrative in one way or another on the stream. Or, I mean, some of the things we play have had narratives. But the way I've wrapped this into that is that the whole thing is making a narrative where we're watching a genre that doesn't really get a lot of attention critically.
No.
Even, in fact, like I read some contemporaneous views of Super Double Dragon that were very upfront dismissive of the idea that there was any reason that it would ever be fun to play a beat 'em up or that anyone should care. And then are like,
no.
anyway, this one does have like a lot more moves than most.
Did you break the game with the Ouroboros at all?
No.
You can get some crazy multipliers with the Ouroboros.
I can try to do that on my next run because I had him in my deck at one point, but I didn't really get much done with him. But I'm going to do a few more Casey's mod runs. I haven't unlocked even a single dev diary. I got to get at least one of those.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And then like if it's cool enough. Oh, in the campaign, no, I never did anything that wild with the Ouroboros in the campaign. Yeah, Casey's mod is deliberately less broken.
Yeah,
and it's fun. But
because the characters in the game are breaking the game frequently.
Yeah, if it's just a deck builder, though, and like I'm not thrilled by the dev diaries, I might just look those up on. I'm sure there's a wiki. In fact, I know there's a wiki because I did read a bit about the ARG game to learn that the old data is made out of Hitler, apparently, or something.
Good ARG.
Yeah. Yeah, and I started King's Quest for the Crown. And so I've completed mapping the area and at least picking up all of the easy get items. But one of the big things with King's Quest is that, especially King's Quest 1, you can very easily create an unwinnable state for yourself because multiple items solve individual puzzles, except sometimes you actually need that item later for something else. So, like, there's a troll who won't let you cross his bridge if you don't pay the toll. You can give him You give him the golden egg, he's happy. You give him the pouch of diamonds, he's happy. You give him the golden walnut, he's happy.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But that doesn't mean every character who has a puzzle that can be solved with treasure is going to be satisfied with each of those treasures. So it might be that what I'm going to try is I think I'm going to commit to giving the troll the golden walnut on the grounds that if he'll accept them all, the golden walnut seems like the lowest value because the egg is specifically a big gold egg. For context here, Greg. And then likewise, there's a woodcutter and his wife, and they're like poor and starving. And if you give them treasure, they're grateful. And if you give them any of the different food items, they're grateful, or most of them at least. But none of them have made them grateful enough that they'll give me the fiddle that is very prominent in their home and like obviously is going to be the solution to a puzzle. Yeah. So, but maybe I need to like give them the diamonds because I think the only treasure I gave them was the golden egg because I was like, maybe this is an egg.
Yeah.
They make an omelet. No, they were like, thank you for the treasure. And I was like, sweet. I'm going to take the fiddle. And the game's like, you can't take their last possession. It's like, I think they can buy a new fiddle.
They've got a golden egg.
It's just like, yeah. I don't know. So I got to start making decisions and carefully keeping like well-named save files for reverting to earlier. But it's been fun. The games get a lot more compelling visually and narratively and probably puzzle-wise too than the first one. But it's cool to get a little taste of the first one. And then on Sunday, I think I'll be beating Quest for Glory Shadows of Darkness, which has been a wild ride. But I've actually... only now has any character in the game said to me something that implies that I'm going to be asked to find the Mad Monk's rituals. I've got them all, except for one that I'm pretty sure the villain actually has, because I found the place where it's supposed to be and it's just not there. And one other time, the ritual wasn't where it was supposed to be, but then the character who lived right where it was had it.
Yeah.
And when I met this character who is clearly one of the antagonists, she's pretending to be like a friendly lady. She was standing right where it was supposed to be. So I think she found her right before I showed up. But she has finally, while still pretending to be just like an innocent local who's seducing me, has been like, could I ask you? No, I cannot ask you. I don't know you well enough. So, like, obviously, she's trying to get me to be like, what is it? Let me find those for you, which I've already done. But, so that's about to happen. And when I stopped, also, I had finally been given specifically, you should save the innkeeper's daughter who's been turned into a vampire in the castle. Because in my original broken playthrough, I broke sequence so bad that I went to the castle on my second day in Mordavia.
Yeah.
And met Tanya, the vampire girl, and like was very frustrated that I then couldn't tell her parents when they're like, you know, Yuri is like, Bella, Tanya is dead. We have to move on. And I want to be like, no. She's undead, and maybe there's something we can do. And in fact, when I left off, I was sleeping in the inn, and the domovoi, who was the cause of the bug the first time, I didn't meet the domovoi soon enough, so he never spawned, was sitting at the foot of my bed instead of being downstairs in the main area of the inn. And he told me that I should, right now, like I've woken you up in the middle of the night, go to the castle, get the little girl. Just explicitly, like, let's get the little girl. And he said, bring her to the staff. So the mage Rana, who is in Quest for Glory lore, in every Quest for Glory game, there's always like a safe space that Rana created. Like actually, I'm not sure if there was one in the desert, but there absolutely was. Like, maybe she created the oasis somehow in the desert, but absolutely she made a garden in the first one and a place in the third one, and here she also has a garden. But also, she actually died in this town, and her staff is in the town square. And, like, if you touch it, you can hear her voice talking about her unfinished business. Okay. So maybe she's going to save Tanya and de-vampirize her, even.
Yeah?
I really
wanted to de-vampirize someone before I died. Yeah,
that would be so much happier than any ending I thought could possibly be the ending for Tanya's story. So, fingers crossed on that. And then before you know it, it'll be Tuesday. And we'll be playing the Combat Tribes. Oh, man. I wonder. Like, I was surprised to find that the Super Double Dragon category had 340 followers on Twitch.
How many does the Combat Tribes
A sane person, obviously, would have put this in the retro category, but I like to be specific and precise. Mm-hmm. I'm very fascinated to find out if the Combat Tribes is even a category, and if it is, does it actually have followers? I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
400,000 followers.
And what's the story with this game? What is it? Like, is it a whole new thing? Is it going to harken back to Kunio-kun or, like, River City Ransom or one of the Double Dragons? Or is it a whole new... I don't know. I know nothing. We'll find out together. It's like. And that's where we've been. And that's where we're going. Take us home, Greg.
All right. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end, if you did. Please follow us down below or subscribe if you like. James is offering 30 days of truly conditional love.
And I should jump in here to say, for anyone who might be watching this who doesn't know, that if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get one free Twitch sub per month. Well, I just informed you and might as well.
Yeah.
For at least
You're not using it.
I don't think that's going to happen right now.
Good.
But I absolutely did. So I realized that that's the sub pitch I should be making, because I did get a subscriber by letting them know it was possible.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Everyone has an Amazon account now. They just don't tell you about it. So, until next time, remember, violence is never the answer, except in video games. Bye-bye.
Fairly well, love.